This episode of Lore Drop is sponsored by Chad and Rachel Wolf. Thanks for listening from Kansas City, Mom and Dad.
But what I decided to do, I think I might have mentioned this in Celeste's episode, but she was able to like phase through physical objects. So sometimes I think there was one time where I was falling and I phased into the floor and then just right out of it so that I didn't hurt myself. So things like that. And I was sitting there and I was like, a human is a physical object.
Yeah. It sure is.
Could I like get inside there? Sorry, I shouldn't say it like that.
I don't. A Reinvent podcast. I'm Abby, the executive director of Reinvent Productions.
I'm Ben, the creative and artistic director.
And our third-party member our third-party member today. I got so confident with myself. Yeah. Keep it rolling.
Okay.
Our third-party member today is our dear friend
Emily again.
Ooh, they're back again.
Yeah.
The last time you heard Emily on the pod was them talking about their character Celeste Knox, which as of the day that we're recording this, we are halfway through our run of Talon Squad, Trust, and Turmoil. When this episode comes out, it's coming out on the day that we close the show. And we specifically did that because there is a huge major spoilery things happening, not necessarily for the stage show. There's a few Easter eggs to this character in the stage show, but we will be talking about Demi Carter today. But before we get into that, we must decide the most important part of the episode, which is what is our animated trio today? And I think we are the big three from Class 3A, Mirio, Nejire, and Amajiki.
I need to be a massive My Hero nerd real quick. And I'm sorry, this isn't actually, but Mirio is actually in Class 3B.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay. I'm so sorry. That hurt me actually, but I was just like, wait.
Are they all in 3B?
No, it's just Mirio.
Oh.
The other two are 3A.
Interesting.
Can you remind me their hero names?
It's Lemillion, Suneater, and Nejire.
Dibs on Lemillion because he's my favorite of the whole show.
He's also my favorite. I love Lemillion.
You do know more about My Hero than me, so you could have it.
No. Listen, I want Em to be Lemillion. I think it'd be funny for you to be Amajiki.
That also tracks.
And I am Nejire. I just want to be her. I love her so much. Her hey.
Mm-hmm.
I love her. That is untreated ADHD if I've ever seen it.
Yeah, I do her. Also have Sun Eaters. Like, I want to go home is one of my vocal stems.
That's so real.
Yeah.
I love Lemillion. He's just a good little guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Also super powerful. I think I'm at the part. It's been a while since I've watched, but I think he has his powers back now.
Nice.
Yes.
So,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was really upsetting.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
Absolutely. Every time I watch that episode where he fights Overhaul, it's just like, he's great. He's the best.
Yep.
Every now and then, I'll rewatch anime being like, oh, maybe it'll be different this time. And it never is. No. I don't know why I think it'll ever be different.
That's the one, and this is one I have gotten into, like, very heated arguments with Andrew about season 4 of My Hero.
Because he thinks it's filler.
And it is my favorite season.
My goodness. I've only seen it once, so I don't know that I know exactly, but I know that I've loved every season.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, season 4 is the Mirio stuff with the Yakuza, and then the school festival stuff with the concert.
Yeah, that season is really good.
Yeah, exactly.
Andrew, you're wrong.
Thank you.
There we go.
Thank you. No, I've never seen... Andrew is so good at rage baiting Ben specifically.
All he has to do is do that.
That's fair.
And it's been... I mean, it has been... When Ben says heated, like, Ben very rarely raises his voice. But with that conversation in particular, he does, and it is
0 to 100 immediately.
Yeah.
There's no like wind up for it.
It's like, what are you talking about? But it's quite fun to witness. So we are going to be talking about the character Demi Carter. So we have the next 3 episodes are going to be technically lost characters. Steve isn't a lost character, but he's dead in Talon Squad,
Yeah.
Trusted Turmoil. So I'm going to categorize him as a lost character just because he.
Lost in a way.
Yeah. But we're going to be talking about Demi today, and then another character named Super Commando, and then Steve Raxville for these next few episodes, as those are characters that were very prominent throughout our tabletop campaign, but they didn't make it to the stage show, mainly because we played 2 arcs for our TTRPG for Sentinel Comics to develop the show. And we'll talk a little bit about why we pivoted, but these characters that have been developed, specifically Demi, are characters that I still love and that we are still developing and hopefully doing stuff with in the future. It's just the timelines have switched. And we have Emily on because this character technically...
Do we say it now?
Yeah. This character is half of Celeste.
This is true.
Mhm.
Yeah, Celeste used to be a half elf.
Yes. And if you were listening to if you've listened to the Celeste episode, there's like a solid like 100-ish years or 130 years or whatever that Celeste doesn't remember. Well, this is why.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about that. But yeah, Ben, I'll hand you the reins. Let's talk about Demi Carter.
Yeah, so Demi Carter, we'll talk about Universe 17 first, just to get the baseline stuff that is shared between the 2 universes that she pops up in, but is a human, asterisk, woman who gains superpowers after being injected with the Alpha Serum. So Demi, as a result of the Alpha Serum, the Alpha Serum is sort of like the Super Soldier Serum in Marvel, where it's just like it pumps someone up to like the peak human physical capabilities, and so she is at that. But also, it gave her the ability to absorb kinetic force from physical impacts on her body, and then rebound that collected force in a form of some like amplified strength.
So think like the Black Panther suit. Whenever like he's able to redirect.
Yeah, and it's not at least at the table we didn't get the full on like explosion, but it was like, oh, her next hit was way harder.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, and unfortunately Titus found out that first.
Yep.
Um,
But yeah, and notable allies include Neville Hudson and Pepper the dog, and notable adversaries include Talon Squad and Dr. Luke Carter.
notice the last name.
Yeah.
We've had this is 2 episodes in a row where the parental figures are the biggest ops for the people.
But yeah.
But not technically a real dad, so
No.
it's fine. Doesn't count.
Yeah. But yeah, Demi's first appearance was in real world stuff was in Talon Squad. And appearance is a strong word, I guess. But in Talon Squad, Trust and Turmoil on the stage show, Celeste receives a phone call at the end after Talon Squad has freed Titus from containment. And the caller ID reads Steve Raxville, but Demi is the one actually on the phone.
Because she swiped his phone after killing him.
Yeah. But yeah, that is the first appearance there. To go back in time to talk about some origin stuff. So we have to first talk about a different character to get to the origin of Demi, which is, of course, to talk quickly about Dr. Luke Carter. We talk about him way more in the Project Alpha episode coming out later this year, but he is the founder of Project Alpha, a research company geared entirely around human betterment. They are really gross, disgusting, and evil, and they will never be redeemed whatsoever.
Well, it's crazy that in a world where humans are not the majority,
Yeah, that's what makes them like way worse.
that it's this whole other like racism, speciesism thing. Yeah, Project Alpha, they're basically human supremacists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which again,
Yeah.
crazy in a world where there are all these like other races that are way more powerful
It's,
than humans.
Yeah.
They're trying to
Sounds
catch
about
up.
right.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it's like, is it that crazy?
Isn't it crazy how art reflects life? Anyway,
Anyway.
yeah, whatever. Whatever. Who cares?
So Dr. Carter was running this experiment where he was trying to split a half elf into 2 separate beings, one that is fully elf and one that is fully human. And so after the first 2 were pretty big failures, the third one was Celeste was the subject being experimented on, and then as a result, this one was successful, and Celeste was then split into Celeste and a human baby. And so that baby then went on to become Demi. And Celeste was just sort of like, all right, cool. Back out in the real world to go.
Whoa, where am I?
Yeah.
Oh, is that Taco Bell?
That's crazy to think about that being right after.
That would be wild.
That would be crazy.
But yeah, that experiment happened in 1997. Is when Demi was created.
where the split
Yeah.
happened.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm sure because Celeste didn't meet Titus until like what 2013, something like
Something.
Something like that.
No.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Mhm.
Stage shows in 20. Yeah, okay.
Stage
never mind.
shows 2017.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So she had some time to wander around.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, it takes a while to make Demi a person, but yes, like I think it's that not that it's a baby, it's that she's like 5. Like whatever person they
Something
make
like that. I've
is
substance
a
we
5-year-old.
established.
Well, and this is why, unfortunately, Julia has a really cool grown-up job now. So she was going to be on the pod to help explain some of the medical stuff with it. But Forge, she is working. But Julia did some crazy pseudoscience writing for this, where she was writing like medical files about like certain like she found like this thing with zebrafish that they have like a gene that's regenerative and was like, oh, I'll do this, and then
Yeah,
like was
she
coming up
connected it to vampires in Reinvent.
yeah, and then was really into gene splicing stuff, and we were like, hey, could this like actually work in a fictional standpoint where there are half elves and stuff. So she did so much work for it, to the point where we recorded some medical files, one of which I don't know if you remember this, but there was a day where we had Noah come over to record.
I do.
Oh, yeah.
Because we've talked about Death Trap before. Death Trap used to be one of Luke Carter's lab. Was a lab assistant or lab part, like was a lab assistant to Dr. Carter, and he's the one who jacked up the second experiment. Like here, we should insert that here.
Subject is responding adequately to treatment, and vital signs remain consistent. Slight decrease in nail turgor indicate the potential for diachrosis congena, but subject is being treated with...
Sir, there is a small issue.
A small issue?
Well, it's about the amalgam. It's not right.
Yes?
Well, but before I tell you, I want you to know that I appreciate the opportunity you have given me so much.
What happened to the amalgam?
I may have, maybe, of no fault of my own, administered the wrong version, 6EH, instead of, 6E.
Now, why would you do that?
I honestly don't know what happened. I thought it was the 6E version, but in my defense, the vials are really similarly labeled, and I was not the one who came up with the labeling system, so the blame is really on whoever came up with the labeling system.
I came up with the labeling system.
And I love it! Truly great work, sir.
Doctor?
Right, doctor. I'm sorry.
Kelton Weirman did a lot of voice work for Dr. Carter, and he helped us develop this character a lot. And so we've got some interesting audio files that we made that the party was finding while y'all were playing through the tabletop. So they were fun little Easter eggs that we were making for y'all to find. And I tell you what, there was one day, and of course it was Deacon. That was the one who found the homeschooled smarty pants who, I can't even remember which file it was, but there was a point where they listened to the file and he basically guessed like what pseudoscience Julia was talking about. And I was just sitting there, I was like,
It was like the first or second one.
yeah. And we were like, oh, of course Deacon's going to be the one to figure this out.
Yeah, it was very fun because legit, it was like everyone, because we were playing at H2C2 that day. Everyone like left afterwards, and it was me, you, James, and Julia just sitting around that table being like, God, what do we do now?
No.
That's funny.
But it was I was like, okay, cool. But then like he understood what the science was, but then went down a completely different rabbit trail of like what it could mean, and I was like, okay, never mind. Then you
We don't have to do anything.
yeah, great, awesome. But yeah, so they spend from 1997 up until 2015. Dr. Carter's like doing. This is kind of a power trip for him because like one, he has created a person, and then is like, okay, well, like how far can I push this? So like, we were also coming up with pseudoscience for like being able to implant skill sets. So like being able to implant languages and like skills like of having the coordination of like a ballerina. Like, can you just like put that in without the work with it, and then like have like the baseline for it, and then continue to develop those skills from there. So whenever they figured that out, they're like, oh, cool, let's just like load this kid up with as much stuff as possible. And then in 2015 is when she gets the Alpha Serum.
Yeah,
because
so around 2015 is where earlier in the timeline, Cherylman's Laura Sitwell sort of ousted Dr. Carter as the like lead for Project Alpha, and so at one point, then she does not have her doctorate. The chairwoman then basically blackmailed Dr. Carter, said, "Hey, you're gonna let us use Demi in the Alpha experiments, or we're gonna expose you." And so he's like, "Sure." And so Demi is selected as one of the 100 test subjects for the first Alpha Serum. And of that 100 subjects, Demi is one of 3 survivors, which also includes Christina Porter and Neville Hudson. And
Christina Porter got the power of being able to teleport and immediately teleported away after getting
As she should.
Yeah. Unfortunately, she teleported straight to Dustria City, which is
fun.
Just not much better.
At a very bad time to teleport right to Dustria City.
No.
But I mean, at least was not.
Could have been
way worse.
Yeah.
Could have had to hang out with Demi and Neville.
But yeah, so that was the Alpha Serum, and afterwards, Demi and Neville were sort of kept around as like lab rats, kind of, to an extent, to be like, okay, cool, now let's test these two and test out their new abilities and powers and stuff in the field. And so then they got a series of like missions and jobs out in the real world doing various weird, bizarre tasks for Project Alpha. And then they were also put in a mansion in Liberty, Missouri, that was intended for all the survivors of the subject. They anticipated way more than 3 to survive. And so then it is just 2 people in a giant mansion with a dog.
Named Pepper. And Pepper spies on them.
Yes.
But Pepper is directly inspired by our obnoxious pit bull.
Yeah.
But it was fun because you, at the table, Celeste used the moon veil to be able to have Pepper talk to them. And that I was like, oh, cool. Yeah, of course we're going to be able to get the dog to talk.
Yeah.
It was great. I really loved Ben's impression of.
Oh, yeah. Guys, the kids are down. The kids are around. Whatever.
Yeah, that's how we talk for Sylvie too.
Yeah.
What are we
I love my
doing
collection
right
of animal voices.
So up until, and we're gonna circle back to this because Emily and I have talked about like what happens post Talon Squad in Universe 17, but then also like maybe like what happens beforehand to like get Celeste to where she's at. But we're gonna switch gears into Universe 46.
Yeah.
Because in Universe 46, which is the tabletop universe that we played, the Demi arc comes before the Traitor arc.
Yeah.
So
around 2017 in Universe 46, Demi decides to investigate her true origins, as she has become a little bit wiser to the fact that, something is up with where she came from. And so that she finds herself in one of Death Trap's death houses over in Nice, France, which is also where she encounters Steve Raxwell. So in this place, she is able to discover that her and Celeste used to be one person, and then also shortly afterwards finds out that Cadence, or the traitors within Cadence, fully intend for Steve to kill Celeste as well. And so Demi, having this newfound attachment to a person, and then seeing Steve is like, okay, cool, and also sort of out of necessity because he finds her right as she finds this information. And so Demi kills Steve, and then immediately afterward is found by the rest of Talon Squad. And so in this, it was like such an awesome like introduction to a character after that like grueling like 5v5 fight.
Well, it also was pretty. We were mean to you guys because everybody had been like, oh my gosh, we love Steve. Steve's great. Steve's such a mentor
Steve's
to us.
basically my dad.
Yeah.
And then we were like, oh, cool. What did you say? A 5 for
5-for-1 deal.
5-for-1 deal on Black Friday. We were like, oh, we're gonna make Steve a bad person.
But we're gonna kill him first.
Yes. And did we know before session 0? Did y'all knew before session 0 that Steve was dead? Or that he was missing or something?
No.
I don't remember.
I don't think so.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
I
it was
don't
that. It
think
was
so.
the setting for it was, hey, he's been like out of contact for 2 weeks. We need you to find him.
That's what it was. He was missing.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Oh, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
We knew that he was gonna be dead.
Yeah, it is very fun because the encounter with Talon in that moment goes. Titus throws a knife at Demi, who catches it and throws it back and hits Titus in the shoulder. What was it?
Which is a little bit. We do a little bit of a nod. I did purposefully do that in the blocking for 1.1. That Titus takes a hit to the shoulder first.
What was it? Did Demi like throw Steve's body at Juice? Was that what it was? Juice ended up holding Steve's body. I remember that.
I don't even remember that. I think it was very clear. I mean, she just fought a Dragonborn, so she's a little worse for wear. But like, he is super worse for wear. Like, has been like eviscerated, stabbed to death.
But yeah, and then what was it? Demi planted an explosive on the wall so that she could get out, and then on the way out, snatched the moon veil right off of Celeste's neck. And then what was it? Oh, Deacon.
Deacon tried to
rolled
stop.
like a major twist with his thing to stop the explosive. So he like covered it with his hands.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And then his hands were jacked up for the first session.
Is this the same fight that I like teleported into Death Trap's like the room, the control
in his
room?
office? Yeah.
Yes.
That was really fun.
Oh, and then you just like touched. Or was it you that you just like touched his shoulder or something?
Yeah, I think I made contact with him, and that's how I found out he's really greasy.
Yeah, that's right.
We were like, oh no.
And then I like pressed a button that blew something up. I think it like blew a hole in the control room or something.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy. We were all just experimenting. It's like, how does this game work again?
Yeah. Well, because, that was the whole point of Session 0 was to kind of like, one, to figure out the team dynamic, but then also to learn the mechanics of the game. Because how I like to describe Sentinel Comics is a role-playing game. If you have never played D&D, it is such a great gateway into TTRPG stuff. If you have played D&D, it is very confusing because it's deceptively confusing because it is simpler, and there's more options. And I think because there are so many more options, it can be overwhelming of being like, I just want to roll for something. Let me just do it.
I had to have been. I would be like, so what am I doing again?
Yeah.
I got it eventually, but yeah.
Yeah, I think from us playing that system, we're gonna snag some rules from it but still use the D&D play
because
system.
I think everyone pretty much loved like the twist system that game
Yeah,
has.
I liked that too.
Yeah, because I always get I am notoriously bad at rolling dice, specifically in combat when it matters. When it's not in combat, usually I roll really well. But I like even if you don't roll great, you can still have a success, but there's just a consequence with it. And I like that a lot. I also really liked the being able to pass.
Yeah, the initiative system.
The initiative system was like, as long as everybody has to get a turn, including the
environment itself.
Yeah, the environment itself. And then once everybody has gone through that, then you start it over again. I like that a lot.
But the system is that you choose who you pass it off to.
Yeah.
And so that was the other one, because that was really funny, especially when someone would like pass it to like everyone else is like strategizing, like, you do this and then I'll do this, and then Andrew's like, I pass it to Death Trap. And it's like, no,
no, Andrew, why would you do this?
He's like, it's interesting.
Yeah.
That was a really good vocal impression. So that's how the party was introduced to Demi.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you Celeste getting the moonveil snatched immediately. I knew that, like, I was like, we're gonna give it back
Yeah.
to Celeste. I was like, I'm not gonna nerf my friend's character.
Yeah.
But it was just like
No,
a funny like, oh, let's just see.
No, it's okay. That is part of what makes like tabletop games more interesting too, is like, because I didn't even like, I've played tabletop games before and I know that that's like something you got to be careful about, but and I didn't think about it, and then the second it got taken away I was like, of course of course that's gonna happen. But that's more interesting, because then it makes it more challenging, because I found that like with like teleporting, like I was trying to think of something else to do, so I was like, that's just gonna make this really easy.
Yeah.
And then when you can't, it's like, no. But I think I also might have thrown off my friends a little bit by how bitchy Demi was. She's not a nice person, but she's so much fun. So much fun to play. There was a lot of just like aggressive energy that got out by playing her. And but yeah, no, Anyway, so after session 0, she's killed Steve.
Yeah, the next thing that happens is Steve's funeral, and after the funeral, Demi sends mail to Talon Squad. Sends a piece of mail for each of them, but the most notable one is she sends the Moonveil back to Juice.
Yes.
But then she sends a burner phone to Celeste that has one phone number in it, and that phone number contacts Demi.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure Celeste hid it from everybody.
Yes.
Or was just like, I don't know what that is.
I know. Yeah.
And this is where we got the iconic, guys, I think I have a girlfriend.
Oh.
Yeah, that was great.
From Kyle, because her note to Kyle was, sorry that your first day was really rough. Keep your head up. Something like that.
Yeah.
I really messed with JD's head because I drew the symbol of Rondor on the card, because I got everybody stationery, so like I made
Yeah, I still have mine.
I like wrote a handwritten card for everybody, and I drew the Rondor symbol on Titus's, and like wrote in the nose like, your hometown's really pretty.
Yeah.
And something else that was like digging the knife in, and then
I think that was just it. I think it was just that.
yeah, something like that. I'll have to see if JD has it, but the Monica's was hey, can you give this back to your roommate for me? Thank you. And then Bugs was a decryptor for the audio files that y'all would start finding. Yeah, no, that was very fun. And I gave the notes to Ben in a specific order to be like these and oh man. It was so fun.
So Demi's next appearance in this arc is when Talon Squad is trying to locate Deathtrap after he escaped from Caden's custody, and their search brought them to the Project Alpha building in Kansas City. And in here is when Celeste received a text message from Demi, and so Celeste makes her way up to the chairwoman's office where Demi is waiting with a Cadence document that is redacted, and it seems to be a list of some kind. And then that is where Demi tells Celeste, like, hey, by the way, I'm never going to lie to you. And then Celeste goes on to meet up with Talon Squad after that. But yeah, and then a little bit later, after some time, after they find Deathtrap and everything, and Talon Squad...
After Deathtrap loses his arms.
That did happen.
When Talon Squad is on house arrest in Cadence HQ, Demi actually breaks in order to steal Titus's helmet in order to try and like goad them into doing something, because they were being good agents and be like, all right, we'll just wait it out.
You're following the
and
rules.
we're like, no, you won't.
And Demi's like, oh my gosh, I need you to stop following the rules. Come on, come play.
Yeah.
And so yeah, she stole Titus's helmet. There was a sick chase sequence.
And immediately
throughout
gives
the
it to her
hallways.
boyfriend.
And yeah, Demi gets out, and Talon Squad tracks Demi down to that mansion in Liberty, Missouri, where Talon Squad watches Titus get beat up by Neville, and then Demi shows up and then shares the origin, or what she knows of the origin of herself and Celeste, and also asks then for Talon Squad to kill Dr. Carter for her, because Demi also shares that she has this sort of chip in her brain that makes it so she can't be like physically violent towards Dr. Carter. He basically has this like control switch for her. And so after some discussion amongst the group, Kyle being the biggest, like, no, we shouldn't kill people person, everyone else was like, yeah, okay, he's racist. Let's go for it. So Demi leads them to Dr. Carter's house and it was also another awesome sequence of like mostly Celeste taking out all the security around his house before breaking in. And once they're inside, Bug was able to deactivate Demi's inhibitor chip so that she could kill him herself. And then she does, but she uses Titus's gun to do so and reveals that she was trying to frame this murder on Talon Squad the whole time. And then is at that point where Talon fights Demi. And Abby got to learn what it's like to fight overpowered party members.
Yeah, because Emily is a brilliant tabletop player and did a thing where she. Do you want to describe this? You can describe it again. I know you described it last episode, but
I do want to also say that Demi was also causing quite a bit of damage, if I remember.
Yeah.
Beforehand.
Yes, her hits were very strong.
I was wrecking house, but you guys were so smart with your moves, and I was just like, I can't beat you guys.
But what I decided to do, I think I might have mentioned this in Celeste's episode, but she was able to like phase through physical objects. So sometimes I think there was one time where I was falling and I phased into the floor and then just right out of it so that I didn't hurt myself. So things like that. And I was sitting there and I was like, a human is a physical object.
It sure is.
Could I like get inside there? Sorry, I shouldn't say it like
No,
that.
I don't know how else to describe it because that's what it was.
Yeah, it was like, Celeste phased through Demi and used Demi's body to beat up Demi.
Yeah. Like a weird like puppeteering. And I remember like the look on your face of like, wait a minute, I have an idea. and I saw that look and I was anytime I see that look, I'm like, please tell me.
We played this session in Monica's living room and I just remember the feeling of my face, like of my jaw just being like,
you want to do what?
Yeah.
What did you say you're gonna do?
Oh man, it was so awesome.
It was brilliant.
Yeah. And then right around the fight was like not a stalemate. It was definitely like leaning towards Talon Squad's favor. But then who would show up except for one Mug Voss with their own squad of Cadence agents?
Mug fucking Voss.
Yeah.
Just for you, Monica.
Just for Monica, yeah. And so then Talon Squad's like, all right, cool, we're out of here. And then Celeste teleported with Talon Squad to get out of there, leaving Demi behind to fight Mug and the others. And then Demi was also able to make her way out. They were able to confirm that afterwards. But yeah, that was it for Demi's like in-person appearances in the tabletop campaign. There was one phone call made to Demi during the Trader arc that I can't remember what it was for.
I don't remember what it was for either, but I think
I gave you a tip about something, or you guys. I think you were.
You gave us like coordinates, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
You were investigating one of them, and I was like, oh yeah, sure, I'll help you out. Yeah, whatever, I don't care.
I think Abby had let me know, or I just remembered that like Celeste still has that phone that Demi gave her, and I was like, oh my god, she does.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm using that.
Yeah. So what we did, because when we originally asked the player characters to like play, I specifically asked Emily to do an elf, because we had the idea of like having a like what it would be if you split two people from one of the half races, and but we didn't tell the party that, and I didn't tell Emily that, but I did say, I was like, do whatever you want with your backstory because we'll make it work. And all of the stuff with Celeste's backstory, again, if you go back and listen to it, all of that is what happened. There is just a gap in memory because she wasn't necessarily alive as long as like she thought she was, because like with the idea that Dr. Carter was figuring out like how to implant certain memories with it. So Celeste got to keep all the memories of her family growing up, but Demi only remembered one of her parents as her little 5-year-old self, which there was this really jacked up therapist that that was assisting Dr. Carter and was like very much like, hey, we need to do the nature and nurture thing with this to make this work. So that's when like she was like basically making Dr. Carter pretend to be a father figure to her, which like once she found out that he wasn't, he was like, oh, thank God I can drop this facade now. Great. Awesome. Cool. You're my lab experiment. You are the pinnacle of my research. You're great, but you're not my kid. So we can drop this stuff now.
That's so terrible.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, okay, great.
Neat.
Sick.
Sick. I want to kill that guy. Tries to kill him and cannot because of the inhibitor chip that she has. But some behind the scenes stuff that we were doing is that the chairwoman has major beef with Dr. Carter, oust him, and is also kind of like, hey, you're spending too much time on this Demi project. You need to move on to something else. Or like your funding's being cut. And he's like, okay, cool, I'll move on to something else. Tries to split another thing. I can't remember if we were saying that it was going to be
half orc.
Half orc, yeah. He was going to try
that got interrupted by Talon Squad.
Yeah. And then his research got interrupted permanently. Ayo. But we kind of had like a group meeting, just because one, we were trying to figure out how to tell the story, and there were a few roadblocks that were coming up. One, because like the writing team, we were doing a lot of work outside to kind of set the groundwork for what y'all were doing, but we realized that we needed to have more information communicated to you guys. That way it could kind of inform your decision making a little bit more. So we were like, okay, this Demi story is very interesting. We want to finish it, but we should pivot into something else that will be more adaptable to stage, but then also something that y'all can take the reins of a little bit more and have more agency in driving it. And that was a great learning experience for me, just with like guiding the process, just because we're kind of figuring out our devising process for tabletop. And this is our first time doing that. So it was a nice little group chat. I felt super guilty for a little bit because I was like, no, I messed us up. And we were like, no, it's not wasted time. We just had to figure out how to do this. And we still got a really cool story out of it.
Oh, yeah. Well, and there are some things in the stage show that are from the Demi arc.
Yes.
Like the funeral and the feeling circle.
Yes, the feeling circle, very much from that. And then the what is fun is that for Universe 17, it's just we have the Demi arc and Trader arc just flipped. So the end of Talon Squad, and I think that this is brilliant on Ben's part, because Ben ended up having to take over projections when we lost our projection designer very close to the show opening. At the beginning of the Talon Squad show, the team is breaking into a Project Alpha facility to get whatever
something,
the Star Wars box that you guys grabbed.
Yeah.
So there's a Project Alpha projection there, and I cannot wait to get the pictures from Savannah because I want the picture of Titus with the Project Alpha thing behind him, and I'm like, oh, that's rough right there.
Yeah.
But at the end of the show, whenever Celeste gets the phone call, the projection that's happening behind Emily is it's the Talon Squad logo, but then the Project Alpha logo starts coming in underneath it during the phone call, and then when the lights go out and everything fades, it ends with the Project Alpha logo. Which I think is nutty that our show starts and ends with Project Alpha.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And the first time that I saw it, I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is so cool!" And I was very, very happy about it.
I try not to look back every night because I still haven't seen it yet.
Oh, man.
I can't be aware.
It's cool. It's cool.
I bet.
but then we have a la Marvel, we have it that Talon Squad will return as the next projection afterwards before Bows. Just because we want to keep doing stuff. JD's been writing a really cool series of like Titus post Talon Squad that Demi has been showing up a lot in. Ben and I have talked about trying to make an audio drama that is kind of congruent
out of the Demi arc.
Yeah, out of the Demi arc.
Because what JD and I talked about was his miniseries being a little like branch to be like, hey, how does, because this is I had a whole like day of like talking with JD because I think Titus still needs to be involved with Talon stuff later. But we're like, okay, how do we get him connected? I was like, use your miniseries. That's how we get him like drawn back in. Because there's also like with that Demi arc stuff, there was a lot of Hitman involvement in that arc. That it just wasn't like pretty much everyone knew, but it wasn't confirmed that it was Hitman. And so I was like, oh, we can sub in Titus for the Hitman stuff.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Yeah, definitely. And it's like, what's going to be interesting about figuring out how Demi fits into Universe 17 is one, there's a lot of retconning we can do with the Dynamite campaign because Super Commando, aka Neville, big player within the Dynamite campaign by accident because he was just an NPC that we couldn't beat up that just kept coming back scarier and scarier. But as we've been talking through like Dynamite stuff, we're like, oh, there's like an arc where a bunch of Project Alpha experiments fight the party. And I'm like, oh, Demi totally could be there for that. Or could be like doing something. And there's a lot that could be happening for her before and after. And I think would be interesting to find out is how antagonistic she becomes towards Talon Squad in Universe 17 versus Universe 46. Because she started out as a major antagonist for y'all. But it's like, if the like in Universe 17, Titus knows that Steve is bad, so he probably doesn't necessarily have as much of a reason to like
to hate Demi.
Yeah.
However, we do have it that Demi is in an online book club with Titus's wife, and they really like each other. And then when Titus finds out that that's the case, he's like, oh, this isn't, this don't feel right. So I'm like, okay, well, is she going to end up being more of a, not anti-hero? I don't think that's the right word, but it's like, I don't know what the line is going to be between antagonistic, protagonistic, helpful to the people, which will be interesting to play with. You and I had a conversation at J&B a couple weeks ago about how Celeste would have ended up as a Project Alpha experiment, but then also we were talking about the Moonveil and how all the souls of your village live in there. And then we were like, oh, like whenever Zyra dies in Talon Squad, because we had that in the tabletop too, that Zyra went into the Moonveil. And I was like, oh, what if the reason that the Celeste and Demi split worked was because of the Moonveil. Because the thing that I was having a really fun time with developing was the idea of identity. And like when you are aware of the fact that technically you are not whole, like how does that affect you? And like, does this new lease on life is the only way I can think about it. But like, it's like whenever you are basically starting over, knowing that you once were something else, how do you navigate that? And we were like, okay, so the soul is split between Celeste and Demi, but like, what if part of the soul is actually in the Moonveil as well? And that's why Celeste, whenever she loses the Moonveil, it's not just that like she's been using it as a crutch, it's that part of her soul is actually in it.
Yeah, that's true.
And I thought that was pretty fun.
I like that. Just now that you mentioned that, I was kind of just during this conversation thinking about like just at least throughout the stage show and a little bit throughout I would say this is true for tabletop as well, but like Celeste is very like unsure of herself and her abilities a lot of the time, and I think that part of that is because like she's not whole. Demi is a lot more self-assured with like
Yes.
how she acts, and so I think that's partially because she knows what's going on, and so she's like been able to think about like develop anger for what's happened to her, as well as just think about who she is and like start putting things in motion to attempt to fix the problem or get out. And so that's just a really cool juxtaposition that I was noticing with identity for Celeste versus Demi.
Which I think you bringing that up is so interesting because like having the more antagonistic side of the soul being the person that really doesn't have a solid foundation of like relationships, like she really has Neville and that's it. And she and Neville are like trauma bonded by the fact that they're both lab rats basically. So it's like the feelings that they have for each other are genuine, but it's like they don't know anything else. Celeste has a very solid support system around her, but still struggles with with her confidence and all that. And I think that that's a very interesting thing to think about. And this is me speaking in first draft for Demi. I think it's like the idea that she, like you pointed out, that she has a lot of anger and has an insight of what happened to her and is making the choice to be like, well, I'm not going to let this ruin me. I'm going to choose to live my life this way because I have all these skills, so I might as well use them. And if I can wreak some havoc while doing it, great. We did have this was like an off camera moment for the party because the party didn't experience this, but like whenever Demi goes back to Project Alpha after killing Dr. Carter in Universe 46, she goes to Chairwoman. She's like, okay, I'm done. I'm out. I want to leave. And the Chairwoman's like, yeah, great, cool. You did the thing I wanted you to do. That's awesome. But you don't have an identity. You don't have a birth certificate.
Yeah, legally, you don't exist.
You don't exist. So good luck. And then Demi's like, oh, I'm trapped. Great. I know that this album is controversial, but the Life of a Showgirl album, there's a song called Father Figure in it that I need to write this script. But that song in my head, I have like an idea for a screenplay of that is Demi's relationship with Dr. Carter. She kills him, but then in the last chorus of it, she ends up back with like another basically trapped position of like this parental figure that is like, cool, you're stuck in this cycle until she breaks out, which is just fun. I like that song now because I was like, oh, I have an idea for a script for it. So it's I listened to that song a lot. I did appreciate that you were so open to the fact that I was like, hey, your character actually was a half elf. Sorry.
Like, sick.
But it is I can't remember if I had mentioned this before, but a lot of the inspiration for this came from the Unwind series by Neil Susterman.
I had to read that for school once in like 8th grade.
Isn't it messed up? They made you read that in 8th grade. It's
at least the first one.
Crazy.
It's so messed up.
It's crazy.
So quick spark notes about that book series. It's it was written like back like when we were in middle school. So it's interesting reading it again in 2025, 2026. But basically there's a second civil war in America over abortion. It makes it that abortion is illegal, but between the ages of 13 and 18, you can choose to have a child unwound, which basically means it's basically killing them. They use 99.9% of the child's body for like organ donor stuff, because that was another thing that had sparked this civil war, is that like organ donor was like participants were down. So the book series follows different kids who are like trying to escape it. But there is a chapter in it where it is describing the process of the unwinding, and it is so haunting. And I remember reading it as a teenager, and then I went back and read the whole series as an adult, and it's interesting to see like what does not hold up, because it's like the technology stuff. Like they had no idea. Neil Schusterman had no idea like how crazy smartphones and like technology was going to get. And it would be fascinating to see how this concept would be written now in this age of AI stuff. But the idea of the consciousness of those body parts stays with people who get like the parts. So like there's a person who like gets the heart of an athlete, and they're like, oh, I can like my physical prowess is better now. Or like somebody who got the hands of somebody who used to play guitar, and then they're able to play guitar because the muscle memory is still there in those hands. And I was like, okay, well, like how would that work if you were to split a person in half? And I always thought it was interesting that like the idea of half races in D&D of like, well, there's human DNA in there, and then there's whatever other DNA is in there. And so when we were playing with that, we wanted everybody in the party except for one person to be human, because we were going to kind of see like how that would affect the one human person. And then this group of 5, all of which are, we got a goblin, a gnome, a dwarf, an elf, and then a human, meet a human supremacist. That sounds like a terrible like setup for a bad joke, but human supremacist walks into a bar, gets wrecked, as they should.
Extremely wrecked.
But that was fun to play with. And it is just interesting to think about like that all of Celeste's memories that she has are true, that they happened. It's just, but that's like another thing that she's going to have to deal with her identity of being like, was this real?
Yeah. Was this real? And why don't I remember however many years? Was it actually that many years? Yeah. That's really interesting.
Cool.
Yeah.
And Demi's like, I don't care.
Demi's like, I gotta worry about me.
But also, and then
That's
also,
all you, bud.
also Demi is super jealous of the fact that Celeste is like, it's like, cool. You get to remember the fact that you had 2 dads that loved you. The one that I thought was my dad sucks. And I've been wanting to kill him for the last 6 months. So like,
yeah, that makes a lot of sense, like, why she would feel that anger for it, because I'm also, like, she was technically a villain, but kind of the second I, like, learned what was going on, I was like, oh, I'm fully on your side.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I mean, she's pretty sympathetic whenever you find out what's happened. You're like, oh, yeah. Andrew being the voice of reason was very interesting, of him being like, she's asking us to kill, like, to go murder someone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, we're spies. We've done that before.
And then Kyle decided that they needed to break up, which was very
That
funny.
was so fun. I think we need to break up.
That was crazy.
And Demi's like, okay.
Oh, you meant him and Demi. I thought you meant Talon Squad.
No.
That makes sense,
Kyle and Demi.
Kyle's like, I just can't
Yeah.
be dating a murderer.
And Demi's like, I understand. It's okay, champ. Fully being like, when did this start? I didn't know about this. But she's just amused by it.
Yeah.
But yeah, notable little quirks about Demi. She loves ice cream. Will has been known to bribe some of the Project Alpha employees to get ice cream because they're like all like, oh, we gotta like make sure our subjects are healthy and like our whatever. And she's like, I really like ice cream and y'all aren't giving it to me, so like I'll what can I do to get this? Also really loves to read. She's a big fantasy book girly. And but also is just really enjoys learning, and I think that is partially because of the fact that like her brain has been overloaded with new information, and then it's just like, well, I guess this is just what I do, so let me just ingest information.
And I bet she likes having the control over what she's learning too.
Yeah. She's like, oh, I get to like choose to learn this. Great, awesome. But she was fun. She was really fun to develop. originally we had talked about a villain for Talon Squad being somebody that was infiltrating dreams. And we were just like, that concept, we really like it. It's on the shelf.
Yeah.
For
Well, it kind of moved over to Zyra's stuff.
yes, yeah, that was like a thing, and JD and I have kind of talked about that as well, of developing more of the dreamscape,
as we've
stuff.
called it now.
Because I really want to have some stuff post Talon Squad of like Celeste and Zyra communicating within the Moonveil.
Yeah, I love that idea.
Yeah, especially since it's like Zyra gives this very ominous warning to Celeste, and then she's like, "Hey, sorry, I didn't clock that sooner."
You were so right, girly.
But I do think it would be interesting to see Celeste getting more magical training from Zyra in the Moonveil. And I think that if we go with the concept that part of Celeste's soul is in the Moonveil, when she figures out that she can like go into the Moonveil to communicate with everybody there, because then she could see her dads again.
Oh my god, yeah. She got to briefly in the tabletop one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love that idea.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
And I think that maybe that's something that like helps her confidence too, is that she's able to like go into the Moonveil, experience life things with her village and family again. And that's like a very interesting concept, rabbit trail to go down too, because it's like Juice probably being like, Celeste, you can't live your life with the dead. Like that's not real.
Celeste would start, like, at least at first would be doing that all the time.
Yeah.
And, like, totally, that would be that's really interesting to think about for Celeste. Yeah.
It might be like, because that could be something that Demi does. It's either like a Juice or a Demi thing of being like, you can't just live in the past. Like you have to move forward. And it's probably affecting her work, like as a in the actual normal plane of existence. Oh man, that's interesting. I gotta write this down. I'm gonna probably doodle around with this. But yeah, oh man, I love stories about identity and of navigating who you are and like who you are based off of the people that you're around. It's just I find that fascinating. I think that those are some of the most interesting stories. I think that's why Deku is such a compelling character, of like him like trying to find who he is, separate from his power, and then like with his power, and then based off of the people around him. Yeah.
For me.
Love that show.
So good. It's so good. I told Emily that we just need to have her and Noah over to watch
Oh my gosh,
My
yeah.
Hero.
I'll
It's
watch
like
those
we'll
last two
be
seasons
emotional support. We know
all
exactly what's
over
gonna
again.
happen.
Totally. I love that.
Yeah, they're at the Stars and Stripes showed up.
Oh, it's good stuff.
We were on such we had such good momentum, and then we stopped. I think we're scared.
Yeah, that's fair.
Very fair. Honestly, very
Not
fair.
even gonna lie, that is a valid thought.
Well, and
Valid reaction.
I was telling Noah before the show the other day that I was watching that show. We were watching the show week to week around that time, and
For
it
both
was
of those seasons, yeah.
it was the worst.
Oh, I bet.
It was
Tough.
and having the break in between the seasons
Oh my
was
gosh.
the worst. Thankfully, Vigilantes was coming out in between. Which
Yeah,
was like a
Vigilantes
nice
came out between
little-
those two.
But oh my goodness, it was horrific. But y'all get to binge it, so I
And we
don't.
will very soon.
Heck yeah.
Yes.
I think that's we're pretty close to finish oh my goodness, Game of Thrones. And
Ah,
once we finish that, I think we'll probably go back to it.
nice.
That's good
A
stuff.
quick break to
Yeah.
buckle up.
We're very autistic, so we're very structured in how we watch our shows.
That's so real. Yeah.
Understandable. Yeah. Very understandable. But yeah, this has been as again, the day that this is coming out, we usually have these released in the morning. This is our closing performance day of Talon Squad, which is nuts. It's really nuts. Like a year and a half ago, we were like just being like, hey, can we do this? And like playing with characters and developing stuff. And it's crazy that it is, we're landing the plane today. this has been a very interesting weekend. I don't know how Friday, Saturday, and the Friday and Saturday shows went, but on Thursday night, I ended up stepping in for our hitman.
And she killed it.
Thank goodness Mike goes back tonight. That was a very interesting out-of-body stress, but the team that was here was just incredible, and I wouldn't have been able to do it without the cast and crew. Like, it's such a supportive group of people, and it's great that everybody works so well together that, like, if one of our teammates has to be on the bench for a little bit, that we're able to band together and make it work. But I'm glad that Micah's back tonight.
Yes.
Because they've been working so hard, and they're incredible at the role. It's been very fun to see them grow in that. Before we wrap up today's episode, Emily, do you have anything or anyone you want to shout out?
Yes, I would like to shout out first Lockjaw Comedy Improv. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get to be in this show, but I either will or there will be some other really cool people that you can come see at Hollingsworth Hall on May 30th. I think our shows are at 7 or 7:30.
7.
7. And then on July 12th, Roundtable will be doing a Night at the Tonys concert at the Cactus Theater at 7:30.
Nice. Yeah. I'm so excited.
That's
cool.
I'm
excited too.
It's going to be really cool. Are you singing in it?
Yes, I'm singing a solo, and then me and Noah are singing a duet for the first time on stage.
That's awesome.
Yes, I know. I'm excited.
That makes me so happy. Yeah, no, I saw when Travis and Annie came last night. I was like, hey, if you need any front of house people or help or whatever.
Noted.
Man, there's so many people. Like, I know Kobe's singing in it. Is David Morrow singing?
Yes, I think that he's actually also singing a duet with Noah, which
awesome.
will be really fun.
Love.
Yeah.
Listen, singing with Noah, super fun. The singing through Hamilton with Noah as Burr
so
and me
good.
as Hamilton. I was like, okay, can we do this like for real and maybe with a track that's easier for me to sing?
Real.
But man, it was fun. The obedient servant bit was so much fun.
That was fun to watch.
Together.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Man, there's so many great people. We'll have links to tickets in our show notes for that. Go out, support Lubbock artists. There's some really great stuff that's coming up. There's some other groups in town that are about to do auditions for Macbeth at the Baker Building. There's another group that's popped up that's doing Play On. It's I'm very happy to be part of this theatrical community in Lubbock. That is, we're back, we're thriving. There's some really cool stuff going on. I'll throw one more plug in. Moonlight Musicals, Paisley is in that. So I'll throw the tickets for Frozen. It's coming to Moonlight in a couple weeks. So check out our show notes if you're in Lubbock. Go see things. There's great stuff going on. Our next episode of Lore Drop is with our friend JD, and we're going to be talking about Super Commando. We've kind of been teasing this character a little bit. This is technically our last Ordinary Heroes episode because it was a character that showed up in Ordinary Heroes. Also going to be the character that has shown up in the most universes.
Nice.
Because he's shown up.
We talk about the most universes in that episode.
Yes. Has
4 different universe appearances so far.
Wow.
So it'll be crazy. Okay. Of course. It's insane that it was just a joke NPC for a little bit.
Yep.
That beat us up. Yep. It's gonna be fun. I'm very excited for that episode, and we're looking forward for you to get to learn more about the world.
And remember,
being fantastic starts with being a fan.
Reinvent Productions is proudly sponsored by 5 Points Corporation Lubbock and Savannah Rashida Photography, as well as our other wonderful community patrons. Our home base in Lubbock is Hollingsworth Hall Cultural Center at 4228 Boston Avenue. For more information on how to support our 501c3 organization, you can check out our website at www.reinvent-productions.com. To directly support our upcoming audio drama, you can become a Lore Drop sponsor. For just $10, you can sponsor an episode of this podcast. All donations will go towards support for our upcoming production of Children of Destiny Cataclysm Season 1, which will begin releasing episodes June 22nd, 2026. Funds will go towards paying our wonderful voice actors and creative staff for their fantastic talent and time. We have over 30 artists globally working on this production, and we can't wait for you to hear it this summer. You can donate at givebutter.com/LoreDrop sponsor. You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok at reinvent.productions, as well as on Facebook and Twitch, where we stream gaming and a look behind the scenes on how we create our new works. Be sure to follow us to stay in the loop about upcoming productions, auditions, and more. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll catch you in the next episode of Lore Drop.